Hey cuties, I'm Lanikia and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is the Bold and the Beautiful edition. All right, today is Thursday, October the 27th, 2022. Let's jump right into this, guys. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give it a 7. It was solid. So we see Hope and why am I calling this girl Hope? We see Brooke and Steffi. Why are these two talking? I have no clue, but they're getting into it about, because Brooke comes in and she says, "Oh, I'm sure you're looking for my father. He's not here. He's probably with my mom." And Brooke is like, "You just love rubbing that in. This makes you feel good." She was like, "Actually, it doesn't, Brooke. But do I love the fact that my parents are together? Of course." And so Brooke is going on about how she feels like Steffi and Taylor both orchestrated all of this to happen. Hold on, sister. Steffi and Taylor both orchestrated all of this to happen. So, they're not Brooke's favorite person, as you can tell. But she's just like, of all the things that y'all could have done, you just kept going until you destroyed my marriage. And Steffi is like, "We did not destroy your marriage, ma'am. You did that all on your own. My father was tired of forgiving you and taking you back and all of that. So if your marriage is over, that has nothing to do with us." Honestly, I don't even know why Brooke was going back and forth with them, because she says, "Where is Hope?" And Steffi says he's with Thomas, which I'm sure you got something to say about that. And Brooke says, "Yes, I do. He is not well and he needs to be watched. You need to keep an eye on him." Now, she didn't say all that. Y'all know I like to paraphrase. But Steffi was like, "Thomas is in a good place now, and he and Hope are working together a lot because of their line." And she says, "And they're seeing each other at home because Thomas won't let Douglas come home. So they're seeing each other at Eric's. Like, they're seeing each other all the time now." And she was like, "Yeah, because they work together and they have a child together. They co-parent." Now, Steffi's saying that there is nothing wrong with Thomas, that he is all good. But Brooke says you would be wise to remember it's that he is not always stable. And child, that was the end of them. Yeah, let's move on. So then we go in here with Thomas and Hope, and they still flirting. They still talking about him being hot and everything. And she's like, you have to understand it in context. And he was like, "No, it's fine. I understand." And then why Brooke hear this? Because then Brooke comes in and she's like, "Hope, I need to speak to you." And Hope was like, "Is it important? We're working." And she said, "I need to speak to you alone." Oh, actually, let me go back, child. Let me go back. Because that wasn't the end of it. Because Hope says, "Oh, I want to see this gown. Let me look at this gown that you have." And so Hope will go behind, is it called a scrim? She goes behind the scrim, y'all. And that's the dirt. It's a mannequin of Hope. Baby, she freaked out for a second. But Thomas said, "Oh my gosh." Because he tried to stop her from going back there, right? And he says, "Hope, it's not what you think." And she's like, "What is this doing here, Thomas?" And he said, "It's not what you think. One of the guys from downstairs brought it up because I think they thought it would be good for the dresses to be seen on the mannequin who is like resembles you and everything." And Hope said, "Nobody would think that. Who would think to bring this up?" He says, "I swear to you, Hope, I had nothing to do with this. I didn't. I had no idea they were bringing it up. I didn't even know it was still in the building. I promise." I said, "Cry me a river, crazy. You knew that mannequin was back there because that's probably what you was fantasizing about with when you thought about kissing Hope." Y'all can sit up here and say this boy is stable when everything about him is saying that he's not. Thomas, no thank you. No, sir. I see right through this. At this point, I'm on Brooke's side with this. And Hope, he telling Hope, "Please say you believe me." This dumb girl, "I believe you, Thomas." I said, "Goodbye. I can't even do it with you. I cannot even do it." So at this point, because they say they get back on the conversation about him thinking she's or her thinking he's hot. And Hope comes in. She said, "I need to speak to my daughter alone." So Thomas leaves the room, and Brooke said, "What is going on in here, Hope?" And she said, what? She's like, all right, have you forgotten how disturbed Thomas was in the past? You cannot let your guard down. You're getting too close to him. Hope swear up and down that is not the case. And she says, even Liam, this is Brooke to Hope, even Liam is like concerned about how close you are to him. Baby, Hope is one of your girlfriends that, okay, y'all, okay. Story time. I had a girlfriend, right? We used to work at the same place, right? And she was dating this guy. He was a thought. He was, but she didn't believe it. So one day, he was trying to holler or whatever. And I was like, you talk to my friend. What is wrong with you? Now, I told her about that because I'm that girl that if something like that happened, tell me so I can, I can move around. Baby, why I tell her? Because she didn't believe me. She didn't believe me, y'all. So I said, oh, never mind then, baby. She did not believe me. And Hope is that girl. She don't want to know because Hope, you can't tell me that you don't understand that Thomas is not well and you don't see all these signs because her mama like, don't let your guard down, Hope. But Hope said it's down. Let's move on, child, because Brooke tried to tell her and try to tell her. And then Hope says, well, Mom, I actually need to get back to work. All right, then. All right, then. When you know what? When it all comes down and this boy is taking you on the rooftop again, don't say nothing. Don't run to your mama trying to get her to help you no more. So then we go to Steffi and Thomas. Okay, now they talking. He says, oh, Brooke came in and she was like, what? She was like, Brooke was just here talking to me. And we were talking about you. We got on the subject of you. And he was like, oh, I'm sure she had a lot to say about how unstable I am. And she was like, she did. And he says, I don't understand why they don't, I'm paraphrasing. I don't understand why they can't understand Hope and I's relationship. And even Steffi had to pause and say, relationship. And he said, you know what I mean, we're co-parents, we're co-parents and we just like each other, I mean, as work together and all that. And then Thomas started thinking and he started reminiscing about I'm sorry, that was later on. So he's just talking to Steffi about how he wants everyone to understand that he and Hope, it's nothing there. They're just friends. And she says, okay, well, as long as it's nothing there and y'all are just friends, I believe you and I know you're stable. And I said, why does nobody see this? Like Brooke is the only person that see this, but like Steffi told her, all that does is drive you away from my father, and it does drive her away from Ridge. But Brooke is right, and so then Hope comes in to Steffi and Thomas, and Steffi walks out and said, "Keep your pants on, stud." And she says, "Oh my God." Hope is like, "Oh my God, she knows too." And he said, yeah, but not the part about you calling me hot and everything. And she says, okay, well, let's get back to work. And he says, oh, I got a design back there where you want to try it on. So she goes and she tries it on and everything. And she gets in the front of the mirror and he was like, you look amazing, beautiful. And then she gets in front of the mirror and she's like, do you think we should tuck it in on the sides and all that? So then Thomas started thinking back to his fantasy. Remember when we didn't know if the kiss was real or not? Well, we already had figured out it was a fantasy, but he confirmed it today that he was just fantasizing about kissing her. And he was like, Hope is married. What are you doing, Thomas? The fact that you having to talk to yourself like this lets me know that something is not right. And I said, you're probably fantasizing with that mannequin. I know this is the second time I said it, but it's true. He was probably with that mannequin thinking about Hope. I don't care. That's that mannequin has not been up there the whole time, and now all of a sudden it appears. Get out of here. But anyways, he just thinking about Hope and wanting to be with her and everything. So then we go to Donna, Eric, Douglas, and Liam, and they're all having a great time. They're playing chess, and Douglas said, Donna has been giving me pointers. I'm like, she's not just an airhead. She said, I used to be I can't remember, but she used to be the one to keep score. You know how they have somebody that keeps the score and all that with chess and the time and everything. And so she used to be that person for a year or something. She said she needed EC when she was in high school and all that. So then Liam starts telling Douglas he would really like him to come home. You know what? I respect Eric because Eric says, Donna, let's go into the living area or some another area of the house and let them have this conversation. So Douglas just tells Liam, I don't want to come home. I want to be with my real daddy. I want my real daddy and my mama together. I said, okay. Like what's going on here? Because y'all know how Thomas was doing Douglas last time. I'm not saying he was doing it. He's doing him like this time. This time because we haven't seen it yet. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not giving Thomas any leeway because he's proven that he doesn't deserve it. Now, I do like the actor who plays Thomas, and he actually said he wished they would get him somebody else. he wanted to have like another person come into the storyline, and it'd be somebody, it'd be somebody else for him. But did y'all hear that Hope is actually there's somebody supposed to come in from Hope's past? I don't know, y'all. Y'all tell me what you think. But Douglas pretty much is telling Liam, "You cool and all, but I want my mama and daddy together." And Liam was like, "Well, I enjoyed like when we used to be together," and he wants him to come home and everything. But I don't know, child. Y'all tell me what y'all think. That was the Bold and the Beautiful day. Sorry, this is a late one. I had to go out of town, so I was doing a lot of driving and everything today. So I missed when this came on, and I had to watch it when I just made it home tonight. But anyways, y'all know Friday I will be going live at 7 Central, 7 p.m. Central. That's 8 on the East Coast, and that is 5 on the West Coast. If you have nothing to do, please join me. I will have a call-in number, so because I'll have a topic and I want you guys to call in so we can talk about it. But otherwise, I will see you tomorrow for another episode of What Happened on the Soaps, the Bold and the Beautiful edition for the final episode of the week. Actually, the final episode of the month. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.